I'm going to share with you 3 different types of tape that are going to make your RV life so much easier. You're going to love me for this, so stand by. Okay, so here we are. I'm Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy. By the way, thank you so much, my friend, for being with me again today. We're going to have a great time today because I'm going to share with you 3 products I have right here. They're going to really make your life easier. And I want you to stay until number 3 because number 3 is a killer. It's going to save you so much money and aggravation. It's unbelievable. So let's get right into this. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe because I've got future videos coming out that you're not going to want to miss. And make sure you activate your notifications, your alerts. So when I put out a new video, you will be among the first to see it. Let's get right into this. Number 1, this is called Scotch 3M Dual Lock Reclosable Fasteners. Now, I will share this with you. This tape right here has, I guess you can call it tape. It's more like, it's like a step up, I say like many, many steps up from Velcro. You know, Velcro I've tried to use to attach things, and it's just not really that effective. It comes loose. It's a mess. I've had really poor success with Velcro. This, however, is industrial strength, and it's a little bit different than the Velcro because let me show you how this stuff comes together. I'm going to go ahead and just fold it upon itself. There's not like a male and a female, or this and a that. It's all the same. So you can actually fold it on itself. It's when you do it. Just can you hear it lock into place? This is very, very strong. It says it is good for 10 pounds, which would also be 4.5 kilograms, my friends, in areas where we're not using pounds at all. But watch how tight this is when I try to. Yep. Now, it also has, so it has an adhesive backing. So you stick this, you stick each side to something. I've used this for, I can't even tell you how many applications I've used this for. I've used this to hang things in the RV. I've used things to fix things. I was just actually outside fixing Yoko's license plate, and there was a part where the thing just was dangling. It wasn't, so I just used a little bit of this tape, and it's like as good as new. It's like perfect, perfect, perfect. I've actually repaired part of my ceiling inside the RV was coming a little bit loose, and nobody really knew how to fix it. So I figured it out with this. It's as good as new. I always have several of these rolls lying around the RV, the car, and my home because it's just indispensable as far as how valuable this tape would be. By the way, don't worry about writing anything down. I'm going to give you exact links so you can go on Amazon and find these and get them without having to look them up and without being positive that it's the exact same one that I recommend. So don't worry, don't write anything down. I will give you the exact links in the comments section when I finish doing this video. Now, this will cost you about $21, $20.95 on Amazon. I will tell you, it will be the best $21 you've ever spent in your life. I promise you. I guarantee it. Now, second type of tape. It's called Ivy Grip Tape. This is a silicone, I believe it's a silica gel based tape. The uses are fairly similar to this tape right here. However, this is pretty cool. Let me open this up and show you. Yoko actually discovered this. So it's a clear tape right here. It's double-sided. She's gonna kill me for messing this up, but it's double-sided. And if you could, it's hard to really tell what it feels like here. You can see it's very sticky on one side, and on the other side, if you just peel the thing back right here, see, it's double-sided. It's exactly the same on both sides. You have to peel this back, because otherwise you'd never be able to undo it. So this is very strong. You can, again, a lot of the applications are very similar to this Scotch. I love them both. The good thing about this silica gel tape is that it's totally reusable, whereas the Scotch is not reusable. Pretty much once you use this one, and you can, by the way, this is exactly what we use to put our, the Easy Pass and the toll passes on the windshield. It's just that strong. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's really reusable, meaning that it comes on and off, but once you take the back of it off, you're not going to probably be able to reuse it again. It's not going to be perfect. This is totally reusable. So all you have to do is, once you use it for the first time and you want to use it one more time or several more times, you wet it down and you just run water over it. And they say it's basically as good as new once you do that. Sorry about all the noise here, but this packaging is extremely noisy. So it's called RVer grip tape. I'm going to give you a link for that on Amazon. It's going to cost you $27.09, at least at the time that I'm looking at it on Amazon. But again, it's worth every penny to pay that, to have something in your arsenal that you're going to be able to repair things, hang things, fix things with. These two together are just incredible. Again, I always have them with me wherever I go. Now, number three, the third type of tape is totally, I'm not going to show it to you yet, because I'm going to share a little story with you. It's totally different. We found this at an auto supply store in an emergency situation. So Yoko and I and Boo Boo, our cat, were driving from Maryland all the way over to Utah, where we are right now in Utah. We were actually not in our RV, we were in our Volvo. It was during a week where it was like 100 degrees. You remember that there was a heat spell not that long ago. It was like across the entire Atlantic coast, Midwest, into the mountains. It was just hot every single day. When I say hot, I mean like into 100, 101, 102 degrees every day. It was super, super, super hot. And we were running this Volvo basically all day long with the air conditioning on. And our cat, who was a senior cat, it's not like we could get out of the car for a little while and leave him in the car when it's 100 degrees out. And even if it's 80 degrees, you can't do that. So we had to leave the air conditioning going. So if like I had to go to the bathroom, Yoko would keep the air conditioning going. She'd have the cat in the car, and then we'd switch off. So basically, this car was taking a lot of abuse all day long for like 5 straight days. It got to a point where we started to smell something burning, which turned out to be, I looked under the hood, and some friends of mine on Facebook helped me out. It was the rubber air intake hose that goes into the turbocharger or something like that. It's a soft rubber hose. It was so hot, and from running the engine and running the air conditioning, the thing just started to melt. Luckily, there was not a hole in it, but it just started getting soft and pliable, and it started smoking up. It just was not a good situation. It was very scary. So what I did after the car cooled down the very next morning, I went over to the auto parts supply store and asked them if they had some kind of like super heat resistant tape that I could, and I explained to him what I want to do, and he shared this with me. It's called Reflect-A-Gold Insulating Tape. It's by Design Engineering Incorporated. Now, what we did, now I say we, I'm gonna tell you the real truth to this, because my hands were too big to get in there, right? Yoko actually was able to clean this hose off really super well and get in there, and with her smaller hands, and wrap the hose with this heat reflecting tape. Now, I was still scared. She did a great job, and it looked really, really nice. And I was still scared because we're going through some mountainous areas where sometimes there was not like a rest stop or services or a gas station for 40, 50, 60 miles at a time sometimes. And we had our cat, and it was really hot. I was really super, super worried that we're going to run into an emergency. Well, guess what? It was totally 100% fine. We had no problem because this tape wrapped up the hose that was in question. So we get to Utah, and I figure everybody's saying, well, you know, you make sure you take your car into the shop and have them look at it, and you know, they'll do the permanent repair. What I did just yesterday, I took my car in, and I said, hey, you guys, not only does it need an oil change, but take a look at, I got this whole thing taped up, and I want you to see what you think. And bottom line was, he told me that this stuff is holding so well that he would not even recommend touching it. He said, just keep an eye on it. It's like perfect. It's like almost as good as new as the factory hose. And if, by the way, if you want to get me, I've got a special order of the factory hose from Volvo. It's going to cost you, like, with the parts and installations, it costs $200 or $300, something like that. But he said, this is working so well, it's okay to leave and just keep a close eye on it. Well, that was music to my ears, because again, this is like $33 for this, $32.99 on Amazon. I'm going to give you the link, but would you rather spend $33 or would you rather spend $200 to $300? There's all kinds of uses for this tape. When you get it, it'll say people wrap tailpipes, engines, muffler hoses. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. This saved our life driving cross country. I think it would be, and we keep the rest of it in the car. We have one now in the RV also, because if we have a problem on the road, I want to know that I've got something that I can wrap something up and it'll resist heat from the engine and from the sun and whatever, and it will just keep the car going or keep the RV going or whatever you're driving, the van, the RV, the rig, the motorhome. It'll keep it going safely. And if you're in my situation where you finally take it into the mechanic, they'll say, no, we don't need to replace anything. This is perfect. So I'm going to give you the link to that one as well. These are 3 different types of tape that have just totally, I want to say changed my life. See, I don't have much of a life, guys. So when I find products like this that can make my life easier, I kind of say they changed my life. So again, I'll give you the link. Try them out. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you've already tried any of these, or if you get it and you try it, I'd love to hear feedback, because I've had like 100% success with all 3 of these. If any of you have a problem, a situation, a question, I'd like to hear about it, because again, I don't want to recommend something that I love, but everybody else that gets it is having a tough time with it. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I've used this for years. This is newer to us, and this is brand new to us. But again, I've used all 3 extensively, and I love them. I love them. If you like what you saw, remember, if you're not a subscriber yet, subscribe to me. I'm the RV Dummy, of course. And the reason I'm the RV Dummy is because I really don't know any more than you do. I just figure a lot of things out on the fly, on the run, and I make them work. And when I figure things out and make them work, I'm very happy to help others with the things that I've done and accomplished and figure out. So I'm the RV Dummy. Again, I'm Dr. Dave, and I will see you on the next video. You take care.